Hello again and welcome back. So today I have another review for you, this time the first in the second wave of G.I. Joe Ultimates from Super 7. And first off is Destro. I picked up the entire second wave off the Big Bad Toy Store, paid around 50 American dollars per figure, which is around 75 Australian dollars, something like that. These figures are, in my opinion, a little bit more high-end than, say, a classified, but they are still expensive nonetheless. So taking a look at the packaging, you can see that there's nothing we haven't seen before. Now, one thing that I will mention is Super 7 do include these nice shipper boxes with their figures, so if you are a mint in box collector, then it's nice to keep hold of this. And then the slip cover just comes over the top like that. There we are. And then there he is, Destro, and he does look very impressive. Super 7, obviously known for just heaps of accessories, and no exception here, packed out of accessories. In fact, 3 heads, no less. 4, 1, 2, 3, and I guess that would be 4, and a mask. We'll take a close look at the accessories in a moment, but just having a quick look at the packaging. So on the back, he has his bio, and then an image from the animated show. Some more down the bottom here. And then just on the bottom, Hasbro, 1 figure, small parts, not a toy. There we go, not a toy. So let's have a closer look. Okay, so here he is out of the packaging with all of his accessories. And as expected, he comes with a ton of accessories, including 1 angry head, 1 laughing head, lava splattered head, a pig ancestor mask, 3 pistols, a rocket launcher, a rocket, a molecule reducer, 2 sets of arm rockets, a set of arm grenades, a hand sander, remote control, binoculars, a pair of gripping hands, a pair of trigger finger hands, and a pair of hands for controlling the remote control. So taking a closer look at Destro in hand, now just like the Wave 1 figures, he does have a bit of weight to him, and he's also got this very nice matte finish. I really like that with the Ultimate figures, the matte finish. I prefer that over the gloss. Although the head, the gauntlets and the hands, they are in a chrome, but it is a matte chrome, so that also works. The only thing that is high gloss, and it's not even high gloss, but it is glossy, is the collar. So, you know, that works too. Something that I was pleasantly surprised about was the paint application QC. There seems to be no QC issues. Well, there's not none, there is some. For example, just here, you can see the silver just goes off the gauntlet and onto the sleeve, but other than that, it's very nice. A big problem I found with Snake Eyes was the paint application, or rather just the body work. It just had a lot of scuffs and scrapes on it, and it was kind of unsightly. Destro doesn't seem to have that problem, so I'm really pleased. In terms of articulation, now Super 7 Ultimates aren't known for their articulation. They do have articulation, but it's not extensive. So in terms of the head, you're not going to get much down at all, just to about there, and then up to about there, and that's because it's a single dumbbell joint just under the head. You can get rotation, but obviously because of the collar, it is hindered. The shoulders, it's just a straightforward ball joint, so you can get full rotation, and up to about there, and then bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, and then forwards and backwards, and full rotation on the peg for the wrist. No ab crunch whatsoever, nothing at all, but you can get full rotation. And note that this belt is a softer material, so that when you rotate, it's not hindered by the belt at all, it just flexes with it. In terms of the legs, you're only going to get up to about there, and then out to about there, and just like the Wave 1 figures, because of his butt, you can't get any back at all. Single jointed knee, no boot cut, and then rocker at the ankle. So the articulation is pretty good. And then in terms of swapping out his accessories, the hands are this nice, softer material. A problem that I found with some of the older Ultimate figures, I'm thinking more of the Motu figures, their hands tended to be quite tough. So when you put the accessories in, you damaged either the paint apps on the hand or you damaged the accessory itself. These hands seem to be a little bit more flexible. You can see here that it's got a lot more give. And in terms of these hands, you get two hands which are trigger finger hands, and therefore the weapons. And then you also get these wider grip hands. And these are for things like the binoculars, or even I think this is a molecule reducer, so that can just pop in as well. And then you also have 3 interchangeable heads, and they're quite straightforward just to put on. A little bit tight. There we are. So a bit of a strange look with that lava head. And something I noticed with this lava head is that there were some QC issues, but I guess if any of them are going to have QC issues, this would be the one to do it. You can see that there's just some orange there, but you could argue that, well, it's just the lava that's just come down onto his chin. I don't think it is, but it's not a big problem. And then he also has these interchangeable rockets and grenades for his wrists. And these are really straightforward to put in. It's a nice, flexible plastic, so you can literally just pop it straight on. All the grenades are the same. So he works really well with the accessories. The only thing I would say which is a little bit disappointing, but I guess it's because they are going for a complete cartoon accuracy, is it would have been nice if he had a holster just on his leg there. So because he comes with 3 pistols, it'd be nice if he was maybe holding one and he had one holstered, but not a big problem. And then for scale, here he is next to Classified Destro, Reactions Destro, and Ultimates Duke. Okay, so my final thoughts on Super 7's Ultimates Destro. I'm really pleased with this figure, a fantastic entry into the second wave. In terms of accessories, huge amount of accessories, it really is an Ultimates figure. The overall look of Destro is just spot on. He looks like he's walked straight out of the TV show and onto my shelf. There is one negative, however. When I was posing him up, I noticed that the silver paint started to rub off his hands and onto the accessories, in particular those grey pistols. Now, it's not a big deal, but it is something just to be mindful of if and when you get yours. But everything else, it just works. A fantastic entry. I can really recommend him. He's easily available to get. You can get him on Super 7's store. You can actually get him on the Big Bad Toy Store. Can't get him in Australia yet, although Pop Culture do have him for pre-order. So if you're interested, watch out for that one. So that about wraps up this video. I certainly hope that you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give it a like and do consider subscribing. And until next time, take care.